This is going to be, for the next 6 or 7 minutes, Joy, this is going to be fun for me. Because you know this, in like July and August, I make my NFL predictions. And then over the course of a season, we kind of keep track. We've been very good on the AFC this year. We've been, a couple of times in the preseason based on injuries. I've been money all year on the AFC. I mean, literally, it's the most accurate. I've been doing this for 20 years. Most accurate I've ever been in a conference. NFC is a mess. And I think in the playoffs, the NFC is going to be much more predictable, and the AFC is going to be chaos. So I'm going to lay this out. I want you to hold me to it. All you bloggers, all you media critics, all the people that hate me, over the next 5 minutes, I want you to hold me to it because this is what I think is going to happen. And by the way, Joy, 14 of the 16 games this weekend have playoff implications. So I'm going to make some predictions why I see the teams as I see the team. So let's start with the NFC. Here at Fox, we're NFC. So let's make my predictions. Here we go. First weekend of the NFL playoffs. Seattle, a 5 seed, will face Dallas, a 4 seed. There's all sorts of talk about Dallas today in the papers. Jason Garrett, oh my God. They're going to win. They're going to win their division. Seattle's going to go to Dallas, and Dallas is going to win that hard-fought, low-scoring football game by 4 to 7 points. I think Dallas is a more complete team. I think Dallas, if you look at the splits, Dak is a much better home quarterback than he is a road quarterback if you look at passer rating. So I think Dallas will host Seattle. Dak will play well. They'll be able to have a little support from Amari and Zeke, and Dallas will win that game. It'll be a good competitive game, but they'll win by 4 to 7 points. Okay, I have Philadelphia. Every year in the NFL, there's a team that makes it, and we're like, how the hell did they get in? Philadelphia is going to go 2-0 the next couple of weeks, and I think Minnesota is going to blow it. And I think Minnesota has a chance to lose this weekend at Detroit. So Philadelphia is going to backdoor their way into this thing. And we know they've got a great roster. We know they got players, and they're going to go to Chicago. And they're going to get pushed around in Chicago. This is going to be a tough place to play. First time the Bears have won a division since 2010. They're going to have a great game plan. They're going to play their butts off, and Chicago's going to beat Philadelphia by about a touchdown or more. So Dallas and Chicago in the NFC come out home winners with W's. Now, the second weekend, the 4 seed Dallas goes to New Orleans, the 1 seed. And New Orleans is going to say, oh, I remember you. You beat me on national TV in a standalone game. We're not going to let that happen again. Dak on the road, not as effective as at home, and the Saints win this game comfortably like 28-20. Then the Bears, who beat Philadelphia, face the Rams. You know I've been selling and shedding my Rams stock for a month. But the Rams are going to be healthy off a bye. They're at home, and Sean McVay, with 2 weeks, is going to put in a really nice game plan, and they're going to squeak by the Bears. Sean McVay is great off a bye, off a loss to start the season. You give Sean McVay's brain an extra week to prepare a game plan at home. Goff plays better at home. I think the Rams win a low-scoring 23-21 game. Then we get to the NFC Championship, the 2 seed Rams at the number 1 seed New Orleans, and I like the Saints to win that game. I think, again, if we'd have guessed this game 2 months ago, we would have thought it would be a shootout. I think it'll be a low-scoring game, and the Saints have the significantly better defense. So let's stop right there. Camera on me, let's stop right there. So Saints win the NFC. Chalk. Now, hold me to it. Let's go to the AFC, where we got all sorts of stuff happening in the next 2 weeks. I think the Colts are going to get in. They're going to win the next 2 games. They're going to beat the Titans. They always do to end the year as a 6 seed at the Texans. Now, that means I think the Texans are going to lose at Philly this weekend. They're an underdog. I think they will. By the way, do you know they've never beaten a Philadelphia team, the Texans? Didn't win in Houston? Houston's never 0-10 all time. Doesn't mean anything, but that's weird. So I think Philly beats them. So the Colts will face the Texans in Houston, where they just beat them, and they're going to beat them again. It'll be very close. Yeah, Andrew Luck eats this secondary for lunch. He's thrown for like 800 yards or something against them. And I think the weakness of the Texans is actually their secondary outside of Joseph. So I think he beats them in a close game. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to lose at Seattle this weekend and become a 5 seed. I know you think I'm crazy, but I think the Chargers are going to win out, and the Chiefs are going to lose this weekend, become a 5 seed, and go to Pittsburgh Pittsburgh a 4 seed, and Kansas City's going to win that game. Kansas City, in a crazy, fun game, is going to go and they're going to beat Pittsburgh in the most entertaining playoff game of the entire year. Kansas City will win in Pittsburgh. I think right now, I actually think there's things they do that I trust offensively, and I don't know what I get Pittsburgh week to week. It's close. I'll take Andy Reid over Tomlin in a really close, fun game. Now, that's the first weekend of the AFC. Let me go to the second week of the AFC. The 6-seed Colts now go to the number 1 rested Chargers, and they're going to get rolled. Like, listen, we know the Colts are still kind of in a rebuilding mode. That is a personnel mismatch. The most talented playoff team is not the Saints. It's the Chargers. They got 2 of everything. Like Noah's Ark's team. They got 2 of everything, man. And they're going to roll the Colts, who squeak by the Texans and have to go on the road again, and they're going to get rolled. And then the Chiefs, a 5 seed, go to the Patriots. And I think New England ends up a 2 seed because they're going to win on the rest of the year 2-0. And I think Kansas City this time beats them. I think Kansas City is going to be the team that you can beat them once, standalone game, big spot for Patrick Mahomes. But I think Patrick's going to be able to beat Pittsburgh second time he plays them. And they're going to be, sometimes you lose a regular season game like Saints to Dallas. It's an advantage. It's very hard to beat a great team and a great coach 2 times, 3 times in a year. Kansas City beats New England, and New England looks old, and New England looks tired, and we all sort of get it. And then in the AFC Championship game, we have the Chiefs at the Chargers, which is going to look odd, and I don't know who's going to win. Yeah. I don't know. I have to see the injuries. I have to see Kansas City will have gone on the road. Pittsburgh, New England. My gut tells me the Chargers are going to win this game, but I want to see how much health and gas the Chiefs have after a Steeler-Patriot. Because remember, the Chargers get a rest, then they get the Colts at home who are beat up. My gut feeling tells me the Chargers, a team I've been on for 2 months, I'm going to watch them live this weekend against Baltimore. My gut tells me the Chargers win this game. It is the Chargers and the Saints in the Super Bowl, which would be would be an incredible Super Bowl. Who has the Super Bowl this year? CBS? Oh, good Lord. Tony Romo's going to go nuts. Won't be able to control himself. So my gut is Chargers over the Chiefs, but I'm going to hold off because I do want to see what Kansas City has left in the tank. If they go through 2 emotional wins over Pittsburgh and New England, it is really hard.
So if they roll Pittsburgh,
then I feel great about it. But if they go through these 2 wild finishes and the Chargers roll the Colts and they're sitting there like, yeah, that to me, I got to see Kansas City's playoff performance. How was that?
It was good until you decided to not give the answer.
I said I'm leaning Chargers.
I actually tend to agree with you.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.